Alrighty, so we've made it up to ye old local today. Just at Bayview at the moment. This is currently about a 5-10 minute pedal from my house. So it's a good little trail to hit up on the afternoon. Just if I'm a bit crunched for time and I don't have time to drive anywhere, definitely the place to go for me. Because yeah, literally just a pedal down the road and I'm here, so it's great. I don't think too many people have access to this sort of stuff pretty much on their doorstep, so I definitely take it for granted sometimes, but I try to appreciate it for what it is. So currently just on Benson and Binkley, which is basically one of the entrances. If you go up next to the water treatment plant, you'll spot Benson and Binkley, which is the trail that it's probably one of my favorite ones to start on, because it leads you into Whispering Woods, which is definitely another great trail around here. Got some little rocky bits here on Benson and Binkley, so a little bit fun. Nothing too crazy, but keeps it interesting. Look at this rock work. Currently running cliffless pedals. I think this is about my third ride wearing them. Yeah, I started off with some sort of XC ones that my buddy Pete lent me. This is the same one from the Hidden Vale saga, if you watch that. Yeah, he ended up lending me a pair of pedals and some Shimano shoes, because it turns out he's exactly the same size as me, so currently just running his old cleat shoes at the moment. And I liked those XC pedals, so I just thought I'd go for it and got the Shimano Saint SPD pedals. So they're basically, the Saint is the downhill range of Shimano, if you didn't know. So they're pretty bomb proof. So this little downhill bit on Benson and Binkley is pretty nice. Once again, nothing too crazy, but it is Bayview. Okay, this part right here is going to be interesting with the clipless. Seeing if I can get up this bit up here, and if not, how well I can bail. Oh, I did it. Nice. Here we go, Benson and Binkley ripping. Down into this little rocky bit. Hit the tree roots and stuff. Oh, trick is with that really rough stuff to grip your hands onto your grips fairly tight, but don't stiffen up your arms or your legs, because the moment you do that, you'll just start getting bounced everywhere. Yeah, you want to stay nice and loose over that bumpy stuff, and basically your arms and your legs will also act as extra suspension then, and in turn it'll give you more control. So some of my keen viewers might have noticed already, but just thought I'd run you guys through it. So I'm currently rocking a different bike to what I usually run. So this one is actually being lent to me just over the weekend. We're also coming into Whispering Woods here as well, so this is probably my favourite trail out here. Anyways, as I was saying, my bike's in for service at the moment, and it was going to be done on Friday most likely, but the suspension shop didn't end up finishing with it. So Chris from the bike shop Queensland down at Shayla Park has been nice enough to lend me his bike. So yeah, absolute legend. Shout out to the bike shop Queensland. If you're around the Logan / Bayside area in southeast Queensland, definitely recommend going to those guys, because yeah, a bunch of legends. They truly care about getting your bike nice and good. So yeah, once again, shout out to those guys. Coming into this section here on Whispering Woods is awesome, man. It's a little bit loose now, a little bit rocky. Definitely seen better days, but Still good fun. Nose manny over that. There we go, boost it down this part. Once again, stay nice and loose on the bike. Just pump into that with some extra speed. I also did a bunny hop into a pump just for that extra momentum. I just ran through a spider web. Coming into the berm. Nice little berm there. Little trick for berms. Keep your outside foot down, but not all the way. Keep your outside foot backwards and down, sort of like at a 45-degree angle. And then your front foot, which will be your inside foot, will be up and forwards, basically halfway in between there. So what I found is that if you have that front foot that little bit further forward rather than straight up and down, it lets your seat come behind that front foot so you can lean your bike over further and basically just get better cornering. So if you've ever wondered why you have better cornering on one side and not the other, that's exactly why. My left foot is naturally my front foot, so naturally I'm going to corner better on left-handers, but it's just as simple as making sure you switch your feet the other way around, basically. So if I was to come into a right-hander corner, I will put my right foot forward, even though it's not my regular way. It just amounts to more cornering, or better cornering, better control through the corner, basically. And yeah, it just makes it for a whole lot more fun out on the bike when you don't feel as sketchy. So out of all the things I'm going to ride today, this is my favourite part out of all of it. This is just over the halfway mark on Whispering Woods, so we've just crossed the fire road, and yeah, this section is super fun and flowy. Sorry about the wind as well, it's absolutely crazy windy today. So not even the media mod's going to save me, I don't think. And if you're not privy to that sort of stuff, the media mod is just basically like a little soft thingy that goes over the microphone on your GoPro to help reduce the wind. So even with that, I think it's still going to be pretty bad today. But we'll see how it ends up. Coming up the little roller thing in here. Draw a little scrubby off it. Ain't no way I'm going to jump it because you just land a flat. Pump into these little things. Oop. Just basically trying to build up speed wherever possible. Saves me from having to pedal as much, which makes it easier. And then you're boosting super quick through all these flat corners. Definitely good for your flat cornering technique. So like I was saying with berms, how you don't want your legs to be straight up, and you don't want your pedals to be straight up and down. You want them to sort of be at like 45-degree angles. On flat corners you do want to have your legs, your pedals straight up and down, because basically having that outside pedal as low as you can to the ground will definitely just basically makes your center of gravity lower, and you're putting all of your weight right over the tires, so it's going to make it hook up a bit more and give you a bit more confidence on them flat corners to go a bit faster. Yeah, and that's always a good time. Flat corners for days. Keep that outside foot down. Try to drop your inside arm to keep your outside elbow bent. That will lean your bike over a lot, and in turn just make your cornering circle a bit tighter. Another bit to pump into. There's a little bridge here. So dry at the moment, there's absolutely no water in sight. So we're currently fire road bashing and just coming up to a bunch of water bars or whatever you want to call these things. It was a good little, pretty much how I learned to do whips and stuff was on these little water bars on fire roads. Definitely pretty handy, these little things. Not quite as big as a normal jump, so it's good for practicing little skills and all that sort of stuff. Alrighty, pretty much finished the fire road blasting now. We're up to our last little bit. We've just got to turn right, just down here basically. So take you guys with me for a little adventure down this trail. I'm pretty sure it's called Grass Tree Link. Yeah, Grass Tree Link. Just a short little one. It's 340 meters, but it's got some really nice tight bits where you have to squeeze through the trees. And yeah, all around it's just better than going fire roads, which I have been doing. Definitely glad to get off the fire roads. Alright. Oh, just rode through a spider web. That's always a good time. Here we go, through the tight trees. Those have been cleaned up a bit. There's some bar marks on the side of those, on the insides. Yeah, that's the end of the Grass Tree Link Trail. Now we'll be on to the Grass Tree Trail itself in all its glory. This bloody trail is pretty techie climb, so I'd take you guys with me. We'll see if we can clear it without putting my foot down. Starts off pretty tame, but as soon as we get a bit further up, pretty much past this left-hand corner, it gets way more tricky. Bunch of tight switchbacks, loose rock. So overall, it's a bit of a challenging climb, but let me know in the comments if you've ever done it. Grass trees, or Grass Tree at Bayview. Can you clear it in one go? Interested to know. I think I've done it a couple of times. Alright, can we do it? This part gets pretty tricky. Oh man, you can understand why they call it grass trees. Here we go. Oh man, that took a lot of effort just then. Oh, my heart's beating 190 BPM. So I'm pretty much maxed out right now, trying to get up this thing. I think this is pretty much the last technical sort of bit. Scoop switchback up these couple tree roots. Oh, nearly had to dab there. My rear wheel got caught on a root as I tried to jump up, and my rear wheel just didn't make it. So I had to power up over that root. Bit of a steep corner, power up through it. A little bit of a trick for steep corners like that. Get the power on at the bottom in a nice easy gear. That way you can carry that speed all the way up to the top, because it's a lot harder to get those pedals spinning when they start slowing down. Because if you have them going full tilt at the bottom, it's a lot easier to keep going full tilt. Alrighty, after a bit of a break there at the top of Grass Tree, gonna head down and hit Cranky Goanna now. So pretty keen on this trail. It's a nice little fun one. It's got a couple of downhill bits, a couple of uphill bits, little drop at the end, which is pretty fun to finish off on. But yeah, it's a nice rocky sort of terrain through here, which I definitely enjoy. So fun. Alright, the GoPro's still going. We're gonna make this quick. So I'm gonna get this drop down the bottom. Hopefully it doesn't die before then. I guess we'll find out. You'd think 6% would last a couple of minutes, but these GoPro batteries, man, I'm telling you, they suck down the juice. Here we go. Chuck a left down here. Woo! Oh, that felt amazing on this bike. Suspension feels good. Pretty firm, so that was honestly good to be able to feel it squish down quite a bit then. Yeah, it looks like the GoPro ended up getting that all on record. So I'll wrap this up pretty quick while we still got some battery. Yeah, cheers for sticking around. If you ended up making it this far in the video, definitely let me know what you think of Bayview. Have you been and ridden there before? Do you like XC sort of stuff? Interested to hear.